I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, and a special second show today. A very special one because we've got a couple of milestones happening right now as we speak. So we are here, folks, to celebrate because this is going to be pretty epic. So we're going to frame where PulseChain is right now in its history and in the market cycle. We're going to frame that up, and then we're going to get into some of the bullish things happening with the price on Pulse, and of course where we will be going with the market. It is the greatest lineup of bullish news we could possibly have moving forward. So we're going to break that down today. It's going to be pretty epic. So, yeah, welcome to the second live stream. A very special show. We've got Brendan in the house there. Woohoo! Let's go. Yeah, boy. Hey, good to see you, Brendan. Big shout out for that. I should have got you on the show, actually, Brendan. I should have got you on. So if you want to get on the show, let me know. I'll send you a link and you can jump on because he's our TA guru in the house there. Big shout out, Brennan. We got Frank White as well. Bang, bang, Pulse Gang. Big shout out, Frank White. You know, documenting the whole ecosystem is on PLS start. So big shout out there, Frank. And yeah, we've got the Crypto Night Show. Share the link on X. Just take a moment to repost to come and celebrate this major milestone that we are on at the moment. So it's going to be pretty epic. We got Crypto Dan in the house. Hey, Superman, good to catch you early this morning before work. Oh, that's awesome, Crypto Dan. Yeah, hey, look. Doing second show today, so it's worked out real well. Big shout out there. And we got Hex Mum as well. Hey, Hex Mum, let's go. Absolutely, let's go. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to get straight into it, I think. Let me just think of the best layup for this. But let me have a look here where we're up to. We're going to go to PulseChain. Let's just kick it off straight away. Let's go into the chart there. And let me just, I'm going to change the view so we get the full view maybe. And let me just see where we are here. So we're going to close that down and add that in. Bam. All right, so we're going to go to the full view, I think, and check that out, shall we? Let me have a look at this view. The view's pretty good too. Let's try the smaller view first, and then we'll see how we get on. All right, so let's go. So this is where we're at the moment. Bam, bam, bam. And you can see the chart there. Actually, let's go full view. We're going to swap to full view here and check it out. So that's full view, and I might move myself around a little bit here. Let's see where we're going to go. I'm going to scroll all the way down. That's movie magic for you. So pretty cool. Let's where are we going to go there? About there. And you can see at the moment, we have got this cool chart up at the moment. And you can see that we've got the Genesis era, right? The Genesis era back here on PulseChain. And this is the 30th of May, 2023, we launched. This is a weekly candles showing up on this chart. So the history of PulseChain. And we can actually see that we had the Genesis era, as I call it. And that was lasting pretty much from the 13th of May all the way through to, around the 31st of July, which is when the SEC came out, right? So we had this Genesis era. It was a lot of fun, a lot of optimism there. We had a pretty good move with the price of Pulse and all that good stuff. And then, of course, we came up to the 31st and we got, absolutely hammered. Pretty much we got actually hammered on that price. Let me just get rid of this picture here. I don't know what's happening there. But we got the price on the 31st was a high of quadruple 680,800 basically, and then a low of quadruple 570,100, and then we moved into pretty much the pullback all the way down for PulseChain after the SEC notice there, and we went down to quadruple 340,100 there. So it was pretty brutal on that. And of course, in the first week, we'd been pretty much up pretty nicely in the money, right? So up to 1,640. And then we got pushed all the way down very quickly in a couple of months after the SEC, or within a month after the SEC, all the way down to 40. So we lost a zero and went down all the way down to 3,400 there. And it was, just pretty bad. Anyway, we slowly had a fight back. We had a couple of God mode candle fights. And of course, we saw a couple of those on the 16th of October. We saw another one in the week of the 18th of January. And we actually managed to push right back up here to 1,700. And then we got pushed all the way down, of course, because of the sacrifice model there that we got going on. We got Mr. Froz in the house there from India. Big shout out. Nice, sir. Good to see you. We got Brennan says, I like to super, not set up at the moment. Well, DM if I do. A nice one. Appreciate it, Brennan. And of course, Mark Denny in the house there. 135, a trillion market. PulseChain, don't do drugs, kids, says Mark. I like that. We got Brennan in the house as well. Brutal move on copper after Trump tweet today. Oh, I didn't see that actually, Brennan. Big shout for that. All right, so we've got. It's amazing how random people put random stuff in the chat, but this is the way it goes. We got the way it goes. We're up the top here. We came all the way back down to quadruple zero 3200, and then we came all the way back up to quadruple zero 8600. And this was an optimistic time, right? There's a lot of optimism in here, and then we came all the way back down to the all-time low, and that is down at quadruple zero 1800. Can you believe it? Absolutely dramatic. And of course, the mean sacrifice price for PulseChain was a 0001, and of course we went brutally below that. So if we look at the sacrifice price, which is up here, so let's put a line here. I haven't got that line on here, and it's the oddest. It's always the most common sense people that post these random facts that's in the chat there. I don't know what's happening there, but it's just the most amazing thing. But we had this line here, right? So this line here is see, I better not get myself in trouble. But we got this line in the mix. Let's put a little arrow there. That's the mean sacrifice price for PulseChain sacrifice, right? And so most of the time we've been under it, right? Most of the time we've been under it, and of course we under it here. Like we were down at quadruple zero 1800. It was pretty brutal. And that's just what happened. I mean, that's just the way it goes. And I call the second era. So the second era I call from the 31st of July all the way through to the 7th of July, 2023. 2 years, guys, I call it the SEC dark cloud era. That's what I call it, the SEC dark cloud era. And man, it is brutal. It was brutal. And it's just the way it goes. Sometimes you expect that from Wookiee, but sometimes you get it from some of the most surprising people. But we got the markets down pretty dramatically there. So we were down pretty much 78-80% from that low there. But from the mean sacrifice price for that, we were down even further, right? So if we take this, we were down even further, and so we were down. Oh no, it's hard to see because I got these silly things there, but we were down about 80%. Yeah, about 80% on that move. Which is pretty brutal there. I don't know why it pops up with those details. But we're down 80% for the mean sacrifice price. And here we are back up. We're climbing back up. And of course, from the 7th of July, we pretty much had the final of the final nail in the coffin for the SEC with the final era to repeal over, right? That's 60 days. And so we're finally free. And this is what I call the second era, is the RH wins, freedom, and bull market era, because all that happened, right? So RH defeated the SEC. Pretty special out there in crypto, pretty special out there just defending the SEC. And then, of course, an era of freedom now. A freedom and, of course, some case law behind us as well, making PulseChain very special legally. And then, of course, we also have the bull market era, right? We are entering the bull market era. There's nothing really stopping us now. We've already had Richard Hart just the other day just tell, the match is almost lit there and get ready for greatness. So it really is game on. And we've had Liberty Swap out there doing some amazing things. And that's the title of today's video, right? PLS to $1. Right, so it's a bit of a fun title. But man, that's the aspiration, right? That's the aspiration. So yeah, pretty exciting about where we're going to here. Now, obviously, we had some green candles all the way from the local bottom here. So we started printing from quadruple zero 1800 on Pulse. We ended up having a rally in the SEC era up into quadruple zero 3400. We all came back down again, leading just before we got to the Freedom Day on the 7th of July, down at quadruple zero 2300. And now we have just rallied 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and our fifth week off that high low. And now we are sitting at just over half the mean sacrifice price. In fact, we are going up as we speak. We are going up, and we're now at 51.68. So 4 zeros, 51.68. So we are on the move there at the moment as we speak, and we have broken through. What is the important thing on this chart besides the errors? So we're really framing up the errors of PulseChain history, is that we have beaten this downward downtrend here, this big angular downtrend. We have broken through that, and you can see it right now. It is glorious, right? It is glorious, and we've been waiting for this moment, right? So that is super excitable. And of course, this is the one here. We have busted that busted it out. So we have gone from the low, and we're now busted the downstream trend there. And so now it's really about moving to the upside, right? You maybe get some consolidation here and just moving up. But I suggest to you, we might be even in a much more bullish environment. We've really got nothing holding us back now, and we could really push us up. Now, RSIs are getting a little hot, but we've still got plenty of room to move on the weekly. We're at 60. We could see a God mode candle. You just never know, right? You just never know. We could indeed see a God mode candle. Let's see if I can talk to Richard Hart briefly and see whether he's available to talk about that. But we could definitely see one, right? So let's see if he's available to talk.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
100%. So, we could still see that with the weekly there. The daily, however, is getting a bit hot. So we are getting up there. We're up on 80. So we might need a period of, breathing, unless we get some sort of gold God mode candle. On the 4 hourly, of course, we are also getting a bit overheated at 79, but we could stay elevated for a little while, right? So let's bring it on. Now, obviously, we've got bullish crosses here on every time frame. Let me hide the overlays. But you can see on the moving averages here, we already had a golden cross on the 4 hour. We already had a bullish cross on the shorter time frames, the 934. And so really we've been riding this 9 all the way up. Look at that, riding that 9 moving average all the way up. That's crazy good. And let's look at the day as well. The daily there, still, look, we're really gapping now from the 9-day moving average. But we have broken on the daily. We've broken the 200-day moving average. But here's the other thing, right? So we've got plenty of room on the RSI for a move higher and a God mode candle, stay elevated for a bit of time. And what do we got here? We've got the 50-day moving average coming up towards the 200-day. So this could be quite ballistic to the upside. And then, of course, we'll have to take some breather there. Maybe once we get a bit higher, maybe 7,500 or something. We're going to definitely look at that on the chart. It is getting exciting, guys. So yeah, we are pushing higher as we speak right now. It's pretty crazy. So maybe we will face some resistance at first, I guess, maybe around 5,700 could be the play there. And of course, we had previous resistance at this level. But man, we might just push through that and on the weekly candles and push up to that 7,000 mark and beyond. So 7,000, and then of course the next one being 8,700. So and then maybe if we can consolidate potentially in that zone, over 7,000 would be absolutely strong move. That'd be an absolute alpha move there. So really, really excited about where that could be heading. So we'll keep a lookout for that. The weekly definitely got the room to move. You can see that here. Our last peak, we picked up on the RSI at 65. Previously, before that, in March 24, we were up just above 70. So we've got room to move here. We've got higher lows on the RSI too. So bring it on. Brennan, let me know what you think about in the chart there too, since you're not on the stream and you're talking about some other stuff. I love teasing them on live stream. But that's kind of where we are at the moment. We got what else we got there? Some random folks. Yes, there's Brennan. Some random there. We got Pulse Beats Miner in the house there. Good morning, legends. A big shout there, Pulse Beats Miner. We might hear more about them very soon, apparently. So we'll keep a track on Pulse Beats Miner. We got Brennan in the house as well. Everything to $1. That's right. That's right. Brennan is looking house there. Nice W pattern playing out for Pulse, says Brennan. And of course, we can see that on the chart too, right? So we've got this nice W pattern on the weekly. So we've got this pattern here playing out. Actually, I got the wrong tool, haven't I, for that? But we got where's the right tool there? We've got a path tool. I'm going to have to go backwards to get that, though. So let's just undo that, and let's try this path tool. Problem is you can't layer. It doesn't seem to be able to layer the stuff, but we've got this path tool. So, we've got this sort of W here. Bam, bam, bam. We've got this bit of double playing out. So that could be up to the moon, right? So that might lead us up to 8,500. It's definitely doable. All right, so let me get rid of this silly drawing that I just did. So that's where we are at the moment. So really awesome. Isn't that great, guys? I mean, really is crazy. I've got this damn thing. I've got to let go of it. You gotta let go. Whee! We're all over the table with the chart there. All right, so kind of cool. I'm having a meltdown. It's too much FOMO. Pretty exciting stuff happening here with the chart. as you guys can see. And man, we're probably going to have to breathe soon, but that is some of the really upside stuff right now. So yeah, pushing up. We're at 52.29 as we speak. We are rocking it up, the DMV. Let's get rid of the overlays. Let's go back to the hourly chart. That's the hourly chart right now. Are you guys excited? I mean, this is just so awesome. Nice W pattern paying out for Pulse there from Brennan. I'd like to see a break and retest of that trend line for Confluence, says Brennan. And a great stream, says Sean. I appreciate that. Big shout out. And welcome, Sean. Never seen the chain look so promising, says MN. Yeah, it is game on. If you put overlays on, says Brennan. If you were on the stream, Brennan, it would be a lot easier. We got hello, Harry Williams in the house. Hey, good to see you as well. Get control of your cursor. Yeah, no, I lost complete control. The whole screen was going crazy. It's that damn flaming tracer. That tracer, man. I don't use it often enough. That's the problem. So there we go. We're at 51.72, and we are pushing higher right now. That's crazy good on the hourly. On the 4 hourly, we are looking good as well. 51.72, and of course the daily there. We are all hot on pretty much all horizons here, just about, except for the weekly. So we're probably going to need to cool off at some stage. But yeah, like I say, I think the marks on the horizontal 57. So we're not far away from that. Maybe we have a bit of a breather around 57. And then have a short testing, right? Have a little consolidation there. That'd probably be a pretty good move, excluding some God mode candle move. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty nice. And then we can tackle that next one at 8,700. But hey, look, the powers to be, the market makers, maybe Sack Daddy has a different opinion on that. But we are getting there just about. We may very well stay elevated though, of course, like this area here, and just continue to push higher. As well. It's going to be pretty exciting moving from here. And I think we're going to start printing some parabolics into the new era, right? So let's go back to the W's, the weeklies, and we're going to put on the overlays again. So that's our overlay. That's our framing. We're now in the green territory for the bull market. And hey, look, it's time to start printing some parabolics up here, isn't it? It's time to start printing those. Let's see what else we got here. We got any good S double cubes? I don't know, but let's get some. Look at these patterns. I'm making some crazy stuff today. But it's hilarious. I said it was going to be a fun show. But it's hilarious. These objects are so crazy. But yeah, let's go. We're going to enter. We're going to keep going up and to the right there. I don't know what's wrong with this king. I said it would be a fun show though before I did the show. So there we go. So we're up in the house there, and look at that. So let's go all the way. We might have a little bit of a consolidation somewhere in here, but let's go all the way up. Maybe we have something like that, right? Something like that, and then game on. That looks pretty good. I like that shape. Can you put a fib retracement on the weekly? Yeah, we can do that for you. This is what happens when he doesn't stream, but he's full of orders. Do you want it on this chart or do you want it on the copper chart? Do you want it on the copper chart? All right, so let's go to the fib channel there, fib retracement. I guess which one? Where you want it from? This is very difficult, Brendan. When you say, are you trying to go on to that left? The problem is I got all these overlays on there. It's not very good. So yeah, I guess the next target's 5,400. I got on the next target. So we'll see how we get on. 5,400, and then 77, which is the other number I said, right? And then we get up to the 9,000 mark. So maybe we get it from the top. There we go. Very hard to show when I've got these overlays, but at the moment we have got some really nice movements going on. And yeah, like if we did come back to test, we're probably testing the 4,300, right? So here we are at 52. Brennan says the chart from the previous all-time low. The chart from the previous which all-time low? Are you talking about the other one here? This one here? The problem is, as soon as I do it, I got the overlays. You're talking about this one here? You're talking about that one there? You're talking about this one here? We've got the overlays. Okay, from this one, we have got, we're already at the 50. We're already at the 50 on the Fibonacci. 61.8 is 6,000, and then the 78 is at 7,000. So that's from the other low there. All right, let me get rid of that, and I'm going to try and get rid of these overlays. Bam, there we go. It's getting busy on the old chart there. We got Hexcavator in house there. Hey, good to see Hexcavator. Edward George says, how many X's above SAC do we top out at this bull market? That's the $1 million question. It is. Let me know if you know the answer in the chat. But aspirationally, PulseChain to $1. Aspirationally, that's the mark. So I think up and to the right. That's all I can think of right now. We can do a number of numbers there, but I'm not going to do them all on a live stream. But that is the play. We are looking to the upside. So yeah, once we're back over the mean sacrifice price of 0001, we can start talking about some X's there. Once we establish, Edward, let's talk about that. All right, I think we can ignore market cap, right? I think we can ignore the market cap on PulseChain. We can just talk about how many X's we're going to get. What I did 100 X's on pump ties, didn't I? So let me get out of this chart here. Let's go to the tokens. I don't know how accurate this is going to be, but we're going to pull it up anyway. Let's go to Pumponomics and let's do some X's since Edward likes X's. Hopefully we've got the right dynamics in here. So I've got to make, hopefully the price is correct and it keeps up with it. Let's see here. It's got the right price, 51.72. Okay. Let's see it. Let's see here. So, if we're going to do, assuming all the numbers are right here, the reference price looks right, 51.72. We get, how much are we doing on volume? I guess, it doesn't actually say it on here. It's got liquidity, 21 million. So let's add another $5 million to that, right? That's 53% up from here at 8,000. So there we go. And what we talk about, maybe the mark of 57. Let's go back down here, scroll a little bit. 58. So let's say we get to 57. Talking about another 1.125 million. Quite doable, right? Quite doable. Brendan says NVM. That's not what I meant, Lol. Just letting you run the show. You are not running the show. You've come in and been the worst guest I've ever had, and you're not even on the show. You're not even on the show. What the fudge? We got the worst guest ever that's never been on the show. Okay. He's been on the show before, but he's much better when he's actually on the show. Not on the chat there talking about copper. All right. We had this amazing chart talking about the errors, and he's talking about copper. I'm just not sure what the. Anyway, so we got Pumponomics in the moment. We're up $1.25 million. That's going to get us a 12% gain up to 5,800. I think that's not too bad. And let's get to 5 million. 5 million here. If we go 5 million, that's going to give us a 53% increase. We'll get to 8,000. But back to the mean sacrifice price from here on the old Pulse. That is net buying. This is net amounts, by the way. So taking into account sellers. We got 0001. Woohoo! 93% gain from here, and we're looking at $8.25 million coming in over the chain. That would be pretty awesome. And of course, we know what did we get from Liberty Swap? We got about $1.25 million. So it's the beginning. They just said it's getting started. So we could get some pretty exciting things happening there. So on the old Liberty Swap. So pretty cool. Now, I don't know if I've got the update on that one here recently. They've been posting out a lot today. So let's have a look down the bottom here. Yeah, if you haven't posted the show out, definitely repost the show. I was just going to say honorable mention because you can now do direct buys for SolidX and Note Token. Randy Alasking, of course, Firewall, be pretty happy about that. And you can now do it directly on Liberty Swap. So if you are using Liberty Swap, that's a place to go. That is very, very cool. Very exciting stuff happening. We did have the numbers. I read them out earlier today. I'll have to scroll down a little bit there. Let's scroll back down here as well. Let me know in the chat there if you've used Liberty Swap. Let me know and what your experience was. If you want to put that in the chat, that'd be pretty useful. Remember, these guys are going to have 40 chains. This was Pulse Alert. So this was how long ago? This was 18 hours ago. So it's almost a day behind, 3/4 of a day. They were doing pretty well. So Ethereum, they bought 520K through, $250,000 a base, 73 BNB, 30K Arbitrum. So 882,000 just from the Liberty Swap aspect of it. They do on-chain to on-chain with APIs or something. And then, of course, they have the on-chain bridge to pull the liquidity. And that's kind of how they're doing it. Makes it super cheap, super fast to do. And they're going to be doing access to 40 chains, which is pretty amazing. So it's a complete game changer. Absolutely supports all the other awesome bridges with, sort of bridge services that we have, like the official bridge, like Ramp Now, like Pulse LN and other ones like that. So it is pretty awesome. And of course, Hex Scout and many others that are doing front ends for that too. So yeah, 882K, and then we only had 86K go out through them. So that's a pretty good ratio. We like that. That's like 10 to 1. So yeah, that's sort of certainly helping towards us getting some of this pumponomics, but it's still early days, right? Still early days indeed, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure what else they have on Pulse Alerts regarding the days bridging, but they typically have a bridge update, I think, on here. Let's see, what's the last one? Yeah, so the bridge update 18 hours ago, same time. So out of that 2 million, it looks like about 700,000, well, just over maybe 750 was Liberty Swap, and we had $2 million net come over the bridge. So these are sort of the numbers that are going to start helping us get to some of these pumponomics type of numbers, right? We obviously have a ton of stable coins over on PulseChain now too. But yeah, this is really where we're going to get going there. Pretty exciting. So, that's 8.2 million. Let's go all the way up. And let's say we had like a 25 million net buying as net buying, remember, then, that's going to get us back up 5x from here. So that's going to get us to 0002600. So that's kind of, be pretty cool if we get up to there. Now, if we're really going to start mooning and people are going to start really getting to some crazy numbers that people are talking about, like if we're going to get to 1/10 of a penny on the old PulseChain for Pulse, that would be 1/10 of a penny. Then we would need $71.8 million to do that net buying. Does anyone know where we can get any money like that? Does anyone know where we can get some money? $71.8 million to help us get Pulse up to 1/10 of a penny. Put your hand up in the chat. Well, let's go talk to the strategic ETH reserve because we're not too bad here. And of course you can see it in the mix. So actually, let's just swap view a bit here. You can see it in the mix, and we've got Bitmine immersion. We've got Sharp Link, ETH Machine, ETH Foundation, and PulseChain there sitting at number 5. So we've got $642 million there right now. But of course, we can get a better view of that on the old look into RH from Gerardo. There are 2 sites at least that are tracking this in quality fashion. And here we are. Yeah, we got someone's got Brennan says Tom Lee. Yeah, that's right, Tom Lee. Bitmine there, Bitmine there. He's also into copper. He's also into copper, Brennan. He loves copper. We got $625,000 there on ETH. And of course, on Bitmine, and that's $2.4 billion at the moment. But PulseChain SAC there, 166,000 ETH at $642 million right now. And this is the price of Ethereum. And of course, Ethereum is continuing to move up, right? So we got Ethereum at $3,865. So we are really doing really well there. And the PulseChain sacrifice sitting up $15 million in the money. $15 million in the money, isn't that cool? So looking good, up 2.3% in the money. So we could take that 14.7. We come back to our pumponomics calculator, and we'll put that in there. We'll put that in. We'll just scrape that off the top, right? Scrape that off the top. A bit of ETH. It'll drop our ETH position a little bit, but that would give us a 3x. That would give us a 3x in PulseChain. That'd be 0.0015. So there we go. That's just the sacrifice, right? It doesn't matter about the market going over the top or anyone else. That'd be pretty cool, right? That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, ETH on the move, and of course, people calling $15,000, $30,000, $60,000 ETH in the cycle, 15,000 by the end of the year. That'd be pretty hyper bullish, right? So very exciting. So we do know Sam Capital. Now, how it's going to be used, we don't know. And there's other capital, right? There's the old ETH AA lobby and everything else. Yeah, Colt Device says ETH to 7,000, absolutely. And this is the other thing. We get I talked about PUSD ALGO earlier today in the live stream. We get that up and running, right? That's more capital internally generated. Yeah, you can make your own money in crypto. That'd be pretty awesome, right? So yeah, bring it on. That's all we can say. Let's see what else we got going on in chat here. We got a couple of comments. So hopefully that was a bit of fun there, Edward, for you regarding the X questions. Did we go full FOMO? Let's go full FOMO with 100 million net buying, and that would put us up 33x, up to 1/1700th of a penny. So we're really starting to get into the senses. So I know the title of the video is PulseChain to $1. Well, it's definitely a plausible event. Maybe not next year, but potentially in the future with more ETH burning, more EIP 159 burning. And maybe we get some net deflation aspects there, more projects to sync Pulse, more validators, all that stuff. More you sync, less is out there sucking stuff out of the LP pools. There's lots of mechanisms to try to get more scarcity and then just push demand on top of it. So anything is possible. And we can ignore the market, right? Just ignore the market. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool where we're at right now. So yeah, market cap at the moment on PulseChain is 400 million based on the tokenomics. So 397 million right now. And yeah, let's get into the billions and trillions, right? That's why not? Why not? Yeah, it's at the moment we've got Rat Pulse on the move, but we also had Hex on a run. It's having a little breather right now, but starting to move back up. And of course, the best performer at the moment today is actually Incentive Token, $2.61. Should we have a quick look at that as well? So yeah, that is on the move. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now we've obviously had bullish cross on the 9 and 34, which is pretty cool. We've had a bullish cross there, but we've also seen that we're coming up to a golden cross on the 50 and the 200. So this is really exciting, right? We're coming up to golden cross here. And have we got room on the weekly for some moves? It is pretty exciting. We have got plenty of room on the weekly for all of these, right? For a real accelerated push higher. So 62 on the weekly there. And on Pulse at the moment, of course, we've been talking about this a lot. We've got plenty of room there too, 60. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty exciting where we head here with this. So not sure what I've got on there, but this is going to be pretty epic on the weekly there. All right, so looking good. This is on the weekly, and so yeah, we're coming up to a pretty exciting things happening with this chart on the daily for Incentive Token. And what are we on the daily here? We've got a bullish cross coming up, a golden cross coming up here for the PulseChain as well. The other thing is that we've also seen the 34-day go over 50 days, so that's pretty bullish also. So man, this is unrelenting. And we're looking excited here. Excited about where this could go to. So that is Incentive Token. Obviously, PulseX is number 3 today, and that's at 4,200. So we're looking for some action there as well. Obviously, got pretty similar things happening. We've got a golden cross coming up to that too. This chart's just incredible at the moment. Holy smokes, PDI is on the move. Someone get him out. Get him out. We got at least it's closer. At least it's closer to crypto than copper. That's all I can say. At least it's closer to crypto than copper. What else? We got a few people in the house there. We got Frank White says Liberty Swap has been great in my experience. Used a bunch. Yeah. So Liberty Swap doing a great job there. And we've been covering Liberty Swap pretty coolly on that too. So did I say coolly? There's a new word. Coolly. We discovered coolly. But yeah, that is something we've been covering them a lot. So kind of cool. Now they had a post out here earlier and I reposted it. So let's post that out. But I posted their post because they said, this is what they said, this 1 hour ago, they said, just got my paycheck going all in on Hex. Ask me anything. So, these guys seem to be in communication with Daddy and it is bullish. It's bullish. What else there? So we got some cuts. Hey, Sebastian, good to see you in the chat there. This guy's the only legit. Yeah, let's move on. Let's go to the quality, right, Sebastian? Brennan says Tom Lee. Big copper guy says Brennan. Oh my god, this is these. It's hard to time out a moderator. It's hard to type out a moderator. What you coin you built on there, says Sebastian. This is PulseChain, my friend. PulseChain, Pulse Gains. Cold DeFi says ETH to 7,000, 100%. I like that. And what else? We got Colt DeFi says Copy said recently an 80 million buy in Hex with 300x the price. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know whether we got proper Hex prices on here, but we've got PulseX at the moment coming. They're all coming up for golden crosses, guys. This is insane. We could see some absolutely massive stuff on the weekly here. And of course, we got no interest rate cut today, right? So that pushes us out to the 17th now. But we've got all this ETH buying in, right? This is better than an interest rate cut. There's actual financial flows coming in to crypto, and it's going to push us towards Ethereum to 15K. So this is actually the big story right now. But man, I guess the interest rate cut would be the icing on the top. That would be absolutely epic. Now let's get back into Hex. We're going to go Hex on PulseChain for the time being. And we know that EHEX is on the bottom of the range relative to PHEX. So that could be a bounce back later on. We've seen those bounce backs before, but I don't know if the timing's quite yet for that. But we'll probably do some commentary on that another day. But let's get into Hex right now. Hopefully we have the right prices on here for the pump calculator. But we're currently sitting at 1366 on the old Pulse. sorry, on the old PHEX, I should say. And we're going to get into the charts. And I've had an error on here. Let's see if that's going to rework itself. Man, no, it's all gone awry now. This just happens sometimes. Oh, well, we'll give it a break and see whether we can come back and get that working for us. But in the meantime, we've got HEX at the moment looking fantastic. And, of course, we've been talking about that happening. And our charts have played out very nicely, which is nice to see. Let's jump into the weekly candles here on HEX. And that's what we're looking like right at the moment. So we put these green circles on it, and those have come to fruition. So we're going to delete those off now. This one here was the same kind of circle, but I expanded it on the show yesterday, I think it was. So we're going to get rid of that too. And bam. But look what we had back here. That's what we're experiencing now. We're starting from a slightly higher low as well. Now, these orange lines here are all key elements that are coming up in the future, right? So this is different key milestones. I think this is to do with the Chinese trade deal. And this one here, 5th September, is the interest rate cut. And, of course, this is the end of the year. So we've got some pretty bullish events that Richard may trigger on, particularly this one here, this interest rate cut. So we may see some pretty cool stuff coming from Richard there. Very, very exciting. So that is kind of the mix at the moment. So we're just pushing higher, and we've got plenty of room in the RSI for the old HEX there. Fortunately, that multiply calculator's not working. Now we're just pushing high. Look at this, real time, 52.60 on Pulse. It's game on, guys. It's game on. That's all we can say. And of course, the ETH price slowly going up. We're going to get well in the money, I'm sure, very soon. Just remember the context is that Bitmine is looking at 6 million ETH to buy. They've only bought 10%, and that's just in the last month. So they're going to buy more and more and more. And the other thing, of course, is we're getting many other large organizations coming in buying pretty similar amounts. SharpLink ETH machine, 438,000 ETH machine just really jumped on the scene as well. 334,000 ETH. So it's game on. Bit Digital, 120,000. BTC S Inc. is 70,000. But we've got a whole ton of new entrants down the bottom here, which we looked at. See, they're all pending here. And they're all treasury acquisition vehicles just jumping on the list here. How much they've actually got, we'll see what they've got. But they're going to jump to the top there. That may be out in the news. I haven't checked. But we've got ETHZilla and FG Nexus as well. And like I say, we could end up seeing some of the Titanx groups down here as well. Even some of them as high as number 27 for Titanx with about 4,500 ETH sitting in the buy and burn. That could trigger in here as well. And I think people are going to look at this site more and more and more as we go forward into the bull market. It's really, really cool. All right, so Sebastian says, what exactly are you doing? Are you promoting the coin, trying to pump it? Sebastian, this is PulseChain. There's a coin just like Ethereum. You watch a few videos and you'll pick it up. Brendan's in the house there. Was it Pulse Wrap Bitcoin? Back over 1,000. Yeah, boy. Hey, look, that's another big story, right? That's been doing very well. Let's pull it up right now. So, yeah, cool. Let's jump over to here. And we got PulseChain on the mix there, but we got PDI. And PDI, man, you're right. It did go on a tear, didn't it? It's up at 7,400. So it just got pumped. The old PDI here on PulseChain. This is a fork of course, a Maker PDI from Ethereum. Maker DAI from Ethereum, and it is now just got broken out to the upside as well. So exciting times. If you were lucky enough to pick this up off the bottom, you'd be very happy after the old James and Maria, and of course the KD event with XUSD, and of course we had this big capitulation event here. Man, the price went down to 5 zeros at 2,181. So there we go. There's massive. So if you were lucky, freakishly enough, to pick it up here, but even if you weren't, you had a good opportunity back down here all this time to pick it up at 7,400. You'd be up mad gains, right? But a lot of people did pick up some pretty cheap stuff in here along the way because these are daily candles, right? So a lot of people picked it up very nicely down here. Definitely in this zone. And of course, if you'd been in Discord, you would have been maybe have seen that. But even from this low here, it is now up pretty dramatically at basically a 10x over there in 87 days. So pretty awesome stuff there. So pretty cool. That's pretty exciting. So PDI looking pretty good, but we're also going to look at Wrap Bitcoin. And Wrap Bitcoin there also breaking 1,000 again. So here we are, back up, man, nice. Everything is pumping on the old PulseChain. So yeah, PDI there, looking good. Wrap Bitcoin looking good. We're probably going to see more charts from Somi around PDI with the old FUD zones or whatever, and of course busting through that. So there we go. Be pretty entertaining. Anyway, Bitcoin here is on the move on Pulse. This Pulse Bitcoin on this is a copy of Ethereum back on the 10th of May 2023. So just over 2 years ago, and here we are at $1,037 that Wrap Bitcoin is being priced. Just remember that the Bitcoin from the blockchain is 118,452. So it's a pretty good value, right? A pretty good value on that. And so let's quickly look at that numbers. So we're at 1037. So 1037. We're going to divide that by, of course, the price of Bitcoin on the blockchain, and that is 118,452. So we're sitting at just almost 1%, not quite, but almost 1%. And so almost 87 hundredth of a percent. And so how close will we get to convergence, right? How much will this rally? How much will this roll up to really get close to Bitcoin? Now we've seen that really the all-time high so far on Wrap Bitcoin on PulseChain, which is a fork of Ethereum. For those that are not familiar, that is up at $2,674 is the high here. And we're starting to really just grind up there. Look at that. Really, really cool at 1,000. Now we know Referral, one of the two big whales on PulseChain, which is a fork of Ethereum. For those not familiar, is that just to have one of these Pulse Wrap Bitcoin, just like we had the narrative with Bitcoin on the Bitcoin blockchain, have a copy of P Wrap Bitcoin and moon to the upside. Now there's big supply differences, of course. Obviously there's 19.8 million Bitcoin on the blockchain. But there's only about 155,000 Wrap Bitcoin on PulseChain, which is a fork of the Ethereum version, which is the custodial of the actual blockchain. I think there's about 125 to 135,000 over there. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see where this goes from here, and how close it can get to convergence. Will it be 10% of the real Bitcoin? Will it be 20%? How high will it go? That's going to be fun to see. Or will it be 1-to-1? That'd be even more madness. Will we also see any sort of collateralizing with Wrap Bitcoin? That's another theory out there as well, particularly if Richard Hart holds a ton of Bitcoin and maybe has some clever way of collateralizing that without undermining his security, etc. But I do think that's unlikely. All right, so privacy is assured, right? Privacy is assured. So pretty exciting stuff there on the old Wrap Bitcoin stuff. So some good action happening across other tokens. But anyway, Hex is starting to move back up. So let's look at the hourly on the old Hex. The Hex is looking real good, man, bouncing off the 50 moving average. And that's looking really, really good there on the hourly for Hex on PulseChain. That's what we call P Hex. Pretty cool. Your live listing not showing up on YouTube on your live section. Not sure what you mean there, April's. Seems to look fine on YouTube. I'm looking on YouTube. It seems to be okay. I'm on multiple channels, so maybe one of the channels. I'm not sure what channel you're on there, April's. Let me know in the chat there. We've got almost 1.4 cents here on PHEX, looking pretty good on the move. Pulse at the moment pushing high at 5,300. That's on the daily, so let's look at the hourly too. That's riding up the channel as well. Look at that, beautiful, man. 53. We just hit 53, guys, live here on stream. Pretty amazing. If you guys haven't sent out the chart there, definitely smash it out on X. So definitely post it out. Really appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, we are streaming to 3 YouTube channels: the Kryptonite Show, Superman Crypto, and PulseChain X. And of course, if you're new to some of those, check that out. I'm not sure if we've got moderators. If you can just keep a tab on all those, it's a lot of work for moderators. But we're also on an X right now, right on X. So big shout out there. Certainly, all right. So this is where we're at the moment. We're really pushing up some awesome stuff. Let's go to the Traders View. Traders View is like 4 hourly moving average, and we can see we're riding up that too. I mean, I don't know what you think of this, Brennan, but it's pretty spectacular, right? It's looking pretty good. So we're back into the good times, as we say, the good times of rock and roll, and it's fun to have it, right? Fun to have it. It's magical time on PulseChain. Yay, magical time. All right, so Hex is looking good. Pulse is looking good. We're really having a good time. The PulseChain sacrifice Ethereum is looking great. 14 million in the money, up 2.23%. And we're expecting that if Ethereum gets a 15K, this will be $2.5 billion. It is going to be amazing. $2.5 billion. You could just stake that, guys. Scrape off the top, and it's because it's not going anywhere. The Genius Act is going to unleash trillions of dollars into crypto, and most of that will be going over through the Ethereum, the through Circle and Tether. It's bullish, guys. And now we've got all the big stock market money is coming into it, and that's why we've got so many of these Ethereum acquisition vehicles jumping on to the strategic ETH reserve. And Richard Hart had the foresight to get a PulseChain SAC on there nice and early, and so it's game on, guys. It's game on. Just shows you all the awesome things that are happening. Now, what's happening for PulseChain? Well, Richard Hart signaled that marketing is starting. We had Liberty Swap also signal that marketing is on, and we can also see obviously they got their paycheck and it's going all on Hex. So we're getting a bit of a movement here. Look at this positioning here of Hex right now. We could see another little green candle pushing us up high here. It really is game on. Pretty exciting. So very, very cool. We're seeing a little bit of movement in EHEX right now. Let's have a quick look at EHEX on the Ethereum chain. This is the bridged-in version, but we can actually see this is sitting up pretty nicely too. And we've got that at 0026 right now. So I haven't got the EHEX, the EXPX chart. We might actually go back to the PX chart there. I don't know if that's what Peter have I got in there. I don't know if I have the peer for that. Let me see if we can just find it manually. And I just need Hex. Hex on Hex. Oh, that's the pump tire ones. Hex and Hex and Hex. Yeah, I don't see it straight off the bat there. I have to get my preset. It's on another browser. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. Looking really, really good. Incentive token leading the way, though. It's up 16% at the moment. And really pushing high here on the daily. Look at that. Beautiful. We've got golden cross coming up on all these charts. And we've got plenty of room on the weekly. So I think we're going to see something pretty insane on these charts over PulseChain. It's pretty crazy. $2.63. We've had a high today of $2.68. And it just looks unforeboding, right? It's going to keep going. And we are hot on the RSI, but we've got plenty of room on the weekly, as we say. And we've got a golden cross coming up on most of these charts. It is just epic. And we've got a cross here on the 9 and 34 as well, coming up on incentive token. Pretty awesome. We've got plenty of room to move on 61 on the RSI. This is fun times, guys. Fun times. And Liberty Swap had money to go on Hex. So we could see some big moves happening there. Better Bank, which is coming up. So Better Bank's going to be coming up. It's a modified fork of Aave, V3 fork. And it's going to be bullish for PDI, which is obviously on a run. We just saw that. It's going all in. Assets are going to be used for Stronghold. You're welcome. Damn, where can I download the money? So you gotta say these guys are really onto it. What's next? What devices do you think RH has in store for people? Does RH have millions? No, we know there's 3 weeks to go, right? 3 weeks to go. All these electronic devices, hundreds of thousands, and probably millions of these are coming out in the time ahead of us. And Richard Hart's pretty excited about it. And so promotion has got going. We see some big influencers now coming through as well, with 500,000 followers now talking about PulseChain. Really is game on. At this point, almost certainly he's got followers with yacht portfolios, OG crypto whales, and probably quite a few quiet billionaires who don't want to miss the next 10,000 eggs. So there we go. That's pretty cool. You making an announcement today by chances you're launching your own coin? If I launch it on pump tires, you're down into Apin in turn. That's pretty funny. So we've got lots of cool stuff coming from Liberty Swap. And we're getting really excited about that 1 hour. At the final moment of the countdown, PLS shattered a 2-year downtrend. Core coins outperformed the entire crypto market. PulseChain assets pumped the unstoppable energy. We rolled out 3 major protocol upgrades. Still tired of countdowns. More countdowns. So Liberty Swap there full on supporting the breakout here on the old PulseChain with up to 40. All the 40 chains going to be accessing PulseChain. So the money will be coming. Look, it's trucking in. Very, very exciting. We're just early. We're still early, guys. It is pretty awesome. 42 minutes ago, they just announced this hot off the press. We've increased the transaction limit to 7,000. So we got that 5,000, I think, or 6,000 it was, I think it was, with no limit on the number of transactions per day. So it's just going up and away, guys, up and away, so people can bring in more capital. Pretty exciting. Now, I think they get up to about 10,000. 10,000 would typically hit about 99% of the market. So they're getting up there, getting up to be able to catch a large part of the market there. The top 1%, of course, large whales and, big capital moving, So, very, very cool. Let's see a couple more comments there. Brendan says a peg nipples to 1 cent. That would be the Somi, yeah, for sure. I don't know if you saw the hog anime on that, where he's being tortured by Greta Thunberg. I think you did see it, but that is hilarious, dude. If you guys haven't seen it on Heart of the Dog, hog, it's definitely there. And Greta Thunberg there's using electricity to torture him for something. So. That's pretty crazy. We got Diamond Hand in the house as well. Woohoo! Back to back, says Diamond Hand. I know, we're crazy. It is crazy, for sure. All right, so cool. We got Brendan in the house as well. It's bullish. Very, very cool. I'm not sure what's happening with your stream there, Aprils, but everyone else says it's fine. So that's all good. All right, so kind of cool. LFG, let's full send Pulse together. Absolutely. So I'm going to repost that too. It's game on. Like I say, we had this big influence here, 475,000 views post out about PulseChain as well. And so I think that's just one of many that we're going to see. Promotions have started, guys. It is very, very exciting to see where this all heads, right? So let's see what else we got going here with the last hour. Yeah, just got the paycheck buying more Hex. And we got obviously just green candles everywhere. It's exciting times, guys. It is exciting times. All right. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. This is hot, guys. We got everything moving. $2.64 for Ink. We got Pulse at the moment at 52.46. How high will this go before we get a bit of a cooling off? We did sort of talk about that a bit earlier. We are sitting strong at the beginning. It's the very beginning of the glory that's coming to PulseChain Sacrifice. And, of course, Richard Hart got it registered here, and we are sitting at 642 million. We're in the money about 14 million right now. And, these guys, these other players that are coming on are pumping Ethereum. And, like I say, Bitmine wants 6 million. They've got 10%, 600,000. They're going to push this price along with all these other players and new players that are coming on. We see a number of new ones there. Mantle coming on with 100,000 new. We got some major players coming in here, guys. We've got a couple more down the bottom here. They may end up being quite large as well. All of them acquisition ETH vehicles. The stock market, people are coming and they're bringing their billions and billions of dollars. So bring it on. And of course, that's going to flow into crypto, right? It's going to be pretty awesome. Oh, Pulse just pumped again, 53.20. This is insane, guys. This is insane. We are on the rise here. Celebrate. That's all I can say. Pretty awesome. Everything is going good, guys. This is insane. We're only in month one. Oh my gosh, this is going to be insanity as we see the whole market re-rate. I did some moon math earlier today about how big Bitmine might get if we get the $60,000 ETH at the top of the cycle, maybe after a year and a half or something like that, 2 years. Then their little entry at the moment of 2.4 billion with 625 ETH, they get 6 million and we get to 60K. I think it's something like $350 billion. So, a third, a third of $1 trillion could be the number here. So you can come back and we'll look at this video maybe in 18 months, 2 years or something like that. And you may very well see this sitting at 350 billion, and you're right here when it was only 2. Likewise, if PulseChain Sacrifice doesn't move in any way or fashion, then that would be something like $10 billion sitting here for the PulseChain Sac or something like that. So pretty crazy. Pretty cool. Why not $1? Yeah, for $1, for $1. Yeah, hey, why not? Well, look, it's very doable to get into the census. I think once you're in the census, it's very doable to get $1, and there's lots of ways to do that. So I know we've got an aspirational $1 for Pulse, but it's very doable at the top end. So it's going to be fun to see that, and of course, matter of time, right? Very cool. All right, we've got a 400 million market cap right now. So, it's definitely something we're going to look out for. Man, it's exciting, guys. Isn't it exciting? We got Pulse at the moment is at, 4 zeros, 5,300 right now, 53. So it would be an 18,867x to get to $1. 18,867x. That's fantastic. Let's do it. Best friends forever. The first thing all we have to do is do 100x, right? Do 100x first, and then we can start looking at these sort of numbers. But definitely, a tenth of a penny, definitely very doable. I think that's pretty doable, right? So yeah, it's game on. I think game on. So what do we got there? Yeah, so 188 to 1/10 of a penny, guys. 188 to 1/10 of a penny. Very doable. Very doable. Can we look at the top gainers on chain at the moment? Let's do that. I was going to make it more jokes, but I better stop. Let's have a look. Hey, top gainer. A new token just got launched on Pump Tires called Copper. I'm in trouble, guys. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right, so we got Protocol is launched 3 hours ago. It's not quite the same name as Copper, but that's up 677%. Everyone's launching new coins. If you're going to launch new coins on Pump Tires, smash it there. Is there Copper? Well, you've got time. I'm still on live stream, Brennan. You can still launch Copper, and you got an audience. You got an audience. You got an audience right now. It only take you I guess it takes a while. It has to get to King of the Hill, right? It has to get King of the Hill. So we got Honey at the moment is in the mix. So Honey is up 240%, been around for 5 days. So it's launched at the right time. And we've got PYX Index. That's up 140%. That's been around for 6 months. And of course, the PYX Index, I guess it's an index of sorts. PYX Index. And so that is up. And what else we got? Let's see. What else we got there? We got the X1 up at the moment, 73%. We got Reserve Day up 52%. Atropa up 43%. Love.io up 40%. We got all these Pulsechain farm tokens, Blitz, IRS, and Hexa, all up 35%. Teddy Bear on the grind as well, along with Atropa from James Maria up 34%. Pulsechain, of course, with their 3 tokens, is sitting at number 18. It's a much better performance now from earlier in the day, up 31%. We got Monet Money, which is part of this other one up here. This Honey one, I believe. I think they're from the same founder. And then we got BFF, I think, from AG Web Chef. And then we got some fork tokens. We got Stake Deep, they're sitting at number 21, up 29%. Incognito in the mix as well. PulseChain Pump Tires is up 28%. Shib Inu from the fork as well. So if you love your meme coins, that's the fork on PulseChain. That is up 28%. We got USDC fork, Pump Tires actually up 25% as well. NPC around for 4 months. That's probably Pump Tires too, up 25%. And then we come into Fitzgerald there. It's got a what do you call it? It's got an oligopoly of owners. I don't know. It's got a few owners there holding them. And we got Best Everything there in the mix as well. Another Richard Art Pump Tires up 20%. Pump Tires itself is up 20%, and G Baby from James Maria also up 20%. We got Pump Tires Die. So we already saw P Die on the moon there. We obviously got Pump Tires also up 20%. They're sitting at 1/10 of a penny. And we just talked about that being a goal for PulseChain pulse gains. So it's kind of play there too. Another top performer today has been XUSD, which is nice to see on the move there versus XPeer. Teddy Takeover sitting just below half a penny right now, guys, up 15.7%. I just clicked on the wrong one there. But Teddy Takeover, that is up half a penny. Now, remember, we're looking mostly at the US dollars, but what you want to look at is the ratio to Pulse, right? Is it outdoing Pulse right now? And if Pulse is up 13%, you basically want to see anything that's doing better than that, right? So here we are at the moment, 5,300. Pulse is pushing higher. And, of course, this is up 15.75. So, it's about 2 percentage points higher. And so if we looked at the Pulse ratio, we should see that showing, relatively speaking. So that there's on the weekly candles. Let's go to the daily. So, we're up at 93.5 pulse per Teddy at the moment. So that's kind of the idea. And but on the price, everyone's winning, right? If you're above 13%, you're pretty much, beating the old token there. So not too bad. So we've got all these ones beating Pulse right now. We've got Ink Token, of course, RSI oversold up 15%. Finvesta from OG Web Chef up 14.7%. That's beating Pulse. Halgo, of course, we had Halgo in the chat earlier today, so a big shout out to them. They are crushing it on PulseChain, up 14%. And then X Game, of course, from Firewell and SolidX. That is awesome as well, up 14%. So all beating the old PulseChain there. I don't see SolidX at the moment. So SolidX obviously dragging its feet a little bit. but X game is definitely on the move, up 14%. And I got to mention it, guys. We've got ETH from Pump Tires. That is up 30%. And Surf, one of our favorite teams, Crypto Paradise. These are a massive team on PulseChain with some incredible influences there with Nick Hipman and all them. It's pretty cool. Amaru and Nate, they do a great job. And up 13.6%. So pretty much on par at the moment with Pulse. But keep a lookout for these guys because it's really coming off the bottom there. Remember, that was down at 1 cent. We had a big whale sell Surf token, and that's why it got sold off so aggressively. Got down to 1 cent. But, when whales sell, it's an opportunity. We saw it on PulseX, right, and Hex. And, of course, look at the rebound we've had since then. So now Surf token is on a tear. Look at that, almost 2.1 cents. It's game on for Surf token. And these guys, this is, besides PDC the Greys with their DAO, this is probably the next best DAO group, right, in terms of the size of the influencers and the project. But these guys are pretty professional guys. This is good doing. If you got good positions in the DAO, you're going on holiday trips and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty neat. These guys are great. So yeah, last time I saw the Crypto Paradise guys, they were at some lake house, living the dream on a thing. I loved it. In fact, I don't know. I know what I'm gonna say to the Crypto Paradise guys about that. I've got an idea for them. It just came to me. I don't know. Maybe I should write it down before I forget. But let's hope. Hopefully, maybe they're watching. They can hit me up if you remind me, because I just came up with a really good idea about that. Let's see what else we got going. We got copper to $1. Yeah, maybe. Frank White says Pulse gas is up right now. Is it? Let's have a look here. We got to go look at the gas prices. What do you got? 3.8 million beats. Well, it's up, but it's not too bad still. It's below 5 million, right? But it's still elevated. 3.8 million beats based on the clock here. It's pretty crazy. Now, you can also see this on PulseChain now, right? If you go to PulseChain.com. If you go to PulseChain.com, which is a revamped site that Richard Hart got activated with the team there. Obviously, the guys did the hard work on that direction. But, man, it is game on here. Let's have a look here. We got all the setup. I love how they've made it really simple to onboard now. PulseChain.com, folks. Send it to new people. If you've got new people to onboard, it's a great place to start as well. Now, if you want people to really have a good time, get them to join the Discord, because the Discord, we're the only place with the crypto helpline, and that's in our Discord. So if you want to join our crypto helpline in there, get in there, folks. It really has helped a lot of people over the last couple of years, a lot. I mean, it really is amazing. And a big special shout out to all the moderators in there in particular, and community leaders. We've had Brian, obviously. We've got Brennan, Wookie, many others in there. James, we've got MVS Crypto. We've got a couple of the ladies as well. Sandy Beach and Anita, many others in there. It's been really, really amazing. So a big shout out to all the moderators there, as well as community members that help out people. Pretty awesome. All right. So yeah, in the past we've had Fat Sammy as community leader as well. Fat Sammy, the OG that's crushing it now on the old PulseChain. Yeah. So at the moment, this is some of the prices. So to do a send at the moment, 86 Pulse. To do a swap, probably the thing that people are looking at, about 1,000 Pulse. So 5 cents. Normally we're down 1, 2 cents, 3 cents. We're at 5 cents at the moment. So there we go on the old chart there. But of course, people are going to be looking at this chart, right? This is the X's, guys, and look at the breakaway. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So Hex obviously a 3.6 there. We can see the X's on this chart. They're breaking away here on PulseChain.com, which is kind of neat. Brendan says this volume surely has the PulseX buy and burn past 7.5% now. That's probably the case as well. I feel like I'm being guided. By a little angel in the chat there. An angel made out of cover. All right, so what else there? Where are we going? What do you want me to look at? PulseX buy and burn. Yeah, PulseX buy and burn right now is 7.51%. Congratulations. You got that one. Yeah, well done, Brendan. Well done. You came home. You came home to sack daddy. All right, so there we go. That's enough noise for that. That's a lot of noise in the chat there, but hey, that's the way it goes. So that is pretty much it around PulseChain. Everything looking pretty good. I guess our monthly, our 30-day numbers must be really amazing. Yeah, 182% now on Hex, 125% on Pulse, 138% on PulseX, and 82% on Ink Token. Ink Token's maybe it's going to do some even more magic because it's relatively behind the others. So that is pretty crazy, right? That is crazy, guys. We have got so much bullish stuff happening right now. Big shout out to the Midgard team out there working hard, giving us great stuff. Big shout out to the PulseChain.com team. And of course, a shout out to the GoPulse team, being reliable with that. Just work on those swap things. That's probably what we're going to say. And a big shout out to Pulse Coinless as well. Some of these top platforms on PulseChain. Very, very cool. So yeah, ETH at the moment looking good. Let's see if ETH is pushing higher at all. We've got a lot of economic news out this week, right? So that's the other thing, as well as earnings season with the Magnificent Seven. So we could be in for an incredible weekend this weekend, guys. We get great news out of the earnings seasons continue with the magic stuff. We've got economic news. We're going to FOMO right into the weekend, I think. It's going to be absolutely insane. So keep a lookout for that. And we've got Liberty Swap doing so much cool stuff. It is crazy, crazy. Bring it home strong. Bring it home strong, says Brennan. Yeah. Bring it home strong. Woohoo! Yeah. Putting in overtime, says Tyndall. We are today because it's a special occasion because we have finally got the confirmation on PulseChain that we are in the new era. And of course, we knew that since the 7th of July when we finally defeated the SEC, but now we have it also on the chart. It is commanding. It is commanding. One more look at PDI and wrap Bitcoin, please. How are we doing for time? An hour and 5, so we're going to wrap up shortly as well. We have covered this amazing occasion, and I think it's been pretty special. Let's go into PulseChain. Let's do a wrap-up of this. We're going to do some wrap-ups here. We are pushing high, guys, 53.38. We're coming up to resistance at 57, but of course, we've got plenty of room on the weekly. Look, we're almost at 54, guys. We are pushing high as we're going. We've got resistance on the horizontal at 57. But on the daily week, on the weekly, we can really push higher. So we might see some exciting things happen here on the chart. I think the next area would be 7,000, just over 7,000. So let's see where we can consolidate here. Or whether the market and maybe SACDAT is going to push us higher and higher and higher and get us back over 7,000. We shall see. It is looking good. We've got plenty of room for the RSI for it. Now, we've also got the strategic ETH reserve. That's looking strong. That is changing by the day. It's just money is pouring in. This is just amazing. This is what you dream about happening, and now we have it. And we have, of course, the SAC funds there just going up in value, 14 million in the money. And we're looking for that, by the end of the year to be $2.5 billion, guys. That's our target. That is our target. 15K Ethereum by the end of the year, $2.5 billion. That is potentially on target because of all the new institutions coming in, buying up the Ethereum market. They see it as fundamental now. Ethereum as the key beneficiary of the Genius Act there. Let's have one more look at wrap Bitcoin and PDI. Probably continue to push up higher as well. PDI right now 78, just continuing to push higher. Up 47% of the week, but it's all today. 46.5% is up on the old PDI. That's the mark there right now. That's the mark and pushing higher there. I'm surprised Somi must be going overtime on this chart, being electrified there with the old peg, the old piggening. So heading towards 1 cent is the good old PDI there, pushing higher here over the last couple of days. That is crazy. So let's look at the hourly. There's the hourly there. Look at us, just the last 3 hours in particular, had another hourly candle here. It is just stepping up there. So 1 cent target is on the back for the old PDI. Pretty exciting. Now, the other one, of course, that we're just going to quickly check is wrap Bitcoin. And so let's check that out. Wrap Bitcoin right now is pushing over $1,000. Oh my gosh, almost $1,100, guys. Almost $1,100. All we can say to that is, yeah, boy. There we go. So how much convergence is it going to get compared to the actual Bitcoin? So this is your second chance to get Bitcoin. There's only 155,000 of them on PulseChain. It is the fork copy of the wrap Bitcoin from Ethereum, which is collaterally backed custodial for the actual Bitcoin blockchain. And here we are, almost at $1,100. It is crazy. Let's see what happens during the cycle, guys. Could be absolutely insane. This could be a major a win for those that got their wrap Bitcoin. Spectacular. So, crazy stuff. A lot of money coming into the chain. It's going to be insane to see it all play out. I think on that note, it's an hour and 10 minutes. I think we're going to wrap up here. You guys are watching history. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We did try to do our best. We're going to watch it in the next few hours, but it is amazing. Brennan says 1-to-1. Let's go. 1-to-1 Bitcoin. Imagine that. $118,000 Bitcoin now. P-Wrap Bitcoin getting to $118,000. Wow. Let's see what can happen there. That'd be crazy. Certainly, it's up and to the right. I think that much is true. Will it get to 10%, 20%? It's going to be fun. I love it. It's great. Welcome to PulseChain. Price discovery is on, and it's just the beginning. The old lap gun has just been rung, and the runners are off. So it's going to be a fun ride. right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, get in our strategy club. The link's in the video description. Only $35 a month. Fantastic value. I've got the next monthly report coming out within the next 48 hours. Get in on that. And yeah, it's good times, guys. It's good times. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are breaking away, and it's freedom now. We're in a whole new era. I think I'm going to finish with that, actually, where we started, because I think that's probably the most important thing I want to talk about in this session, was the fact that we are now in the new era. Look at that. We have finally crossed over into the new era on PulseChain, and it is magnificent. Marketing has started. Richard Hart is on the move. Daddy is on the move here. Sack Daddy. We have got some pretty epic stuff happening right now. And congratulations. You're all here at the right time, at the right place. It's going to be pretty awesome. A big shout out to Fast Abdul. In fact, tomorrow I will be doing a stablecoin review and summary and context, not only for crypto, but also for PulseChain. Obviously, we'll be covering Ink Printer there tomorrow, so you definitely want to check that out. I probably will be doing a double stream tomorrow if all goes well, if I have the time. And I'll also be covering, of course, Taurus, which is not on PulseChain, but in TitanX on Ethereum. We're covering that as well with some of the latest there. But yeah, definitely going to be doing stablecoins. That's going to be a mega theme on here. Obviously, with the Ethereum theme, we've got the Genius Act and stablecoins. Going to be a big deal. So Brendan says, I'm here for the mad gains. Yeah. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Take care, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one. Until next time, and bye for now. See you later.